some foolish people out here who look at their personal relations with white folk, and they have good white friends. And I'm not doubting the sincerity of the friendship. Not at all. Not at all. I do not doubt that blacks and whites can be truly friendly, and we should be friendly as people. And I don't see any problem with having those friends, you know. But do not confuse your personal relations with the relations between groups. Do not always assume that the dynamics that determine your personal relationships are the same dynamics that can be used between groups. That's a serious error that a lot of people make.
I live by the code, that's my eye. Whipping vegan food up in my pot. Why they claim I acted so unruly? Cause I'm listening to Wally move a Rudy.
Some foolish people out here.
Peace, y'all. Welcome back to another Geechee Conversations. It's been a while. We've been traveling around the world a little bit and kind of got off task, but we're back on task and we're having this powerful conversation with my brother. We talk about detoxing tonight, so make sure you share the link if you're on YouTube. Share the link if you're on the Facebook page. Share the link and join in the dialogue. I'm gonna let my brother introduce himself. Go ahead, my brother.
Hey, greetings, peace. My name is Khet Waas. I am the owner of Sacred Roots, which is a herbal shop located in North Charleston, South Carolina. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, also a master herbalist, and a student of our great ancestor, praise be upon him, Baba, Dr. Laila Africa. And I appreciate you having me here, bro.
Definitely, yeah. Dr. Lala Africa was a legend. So look, I want to start off like this. So people, especially I think now, you got COVID and all some other things, and I think even before COVID, people have been getting into some health a little bit. But when you hear this word detox, you got people selling detox pills and telling you to drink some kind of crazy potion and stuff like that. Let's start in there. What's the benefits of detoxing? Why should somebody even do that? Like, what's some benefits out there for people who want detox?
Detoxing is very important because, well, first foremost, the body is always in constant detox mode. It's always trying to detox, whether it's just sweating, whether you're urinating. You're always in the form of detoxing. The benefits of detoxing is cell rejuvenation, cell regeneration, right? That's the top benefit of detox, right? This will keep you from aging quicker than you normally would, or you should, or you shouldn't really, right? So I would say that cellular regeneration, mainly because you have cellular waste that could be caught in your cells, and you have different functions of the cells, such as your organelles, but such as your lysosome, right? I ain't trying to get all biology, right? But this biology 101, right? Your lysosome, which acts as the stomach for your cells, right? And what it does is it's comprised of acids and different digestive enzymes to actually eat up cellular waste in the cell and spit it out or crush it up, however, but it gets rid of it. If you don't detox, then what happens is these cells continue to just accumulate junk within these cells, and then this is where it will say, okay, well, it spits it out. Okay, so the cell spits out this junk, but now it's in your stream, all right? They call this exocytosis, all right? And so what happening is it can turn into plaque, and this plaque attaches to the cells, and then this what degeneration cells. This is why people walk around there not looking their age, if you want to say, because they don't detox. You know what I'm saying? They never probably detox in their life. But so the top benefit I would have to say is pretty much cellular regeneration.
Right. So tell me this, like, in Charleston, when you're talking to somebody and them boy don't believe you, the first thing I say, boy, you full of shit, right? They say that quite often. But my question is, like, how many people around here is like actually literally walking around full of shit? Like they haven't detox. I mean, I don't know if it shows to everybody, but like on the real, like how many people, if there's numbers out there or just from your experience dealing with people, like we just walk around full of shit. Like what's the numbers?
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I tell them, no, you full of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So what it is, you so many people walk around just constipated, right? So many people walk around constipated. So many people walk around probably defecate. Europeans will tell you, or the Western world will tell you that as long as you defecate 1-3 times a week, that's good. That's terrible. The holistic community say every time you eat, you need the shit. As
Right.
simple as that. Okay? Unless you're doing something extreme like, I don't know, intermittent fasting or something like that where you may not be eating enough, then okay, you probably might not be using the bathroom regularly because of your, if you're doing like, what do they call it, the caloric type diets and things like that, then
Yeah.
it's going to be different. That's fine. But if you just eating like the normal person, they say eating 3 times a day and all this foolishness, then you should be using the bathroom every time.
Right.
The problem with that is people not eating according to what we call a circadian rhythm, right? Or your circadian rhythm. So at a certain time, your body should be processing food, assimilating food, and absorbing the minerals from the food, and and eliminating food, right? Or eliminating. Okay, so I said before, between the hours of um, let's say 4 a.m. and maybe about 12, you should be eliminating. Now, of course, most people sleep during that time, but usually when you wake up in the morning, say about 8 o'clock, you should already have some type of either bowel movement, urination, something should be eliminated from the previous days. All right. Around 12ish to 8 o'clock, this is where you should be eating your food, right? You should eat around this time. Okay. So 12 o'clock probably be your biggest meal. Some say lunch, you eat something light for lunch, but really that should be your heaviest meal. Your dinner, if you decide to eat again, it should be something real light. But that between that times between 8 and 12, well, excuse me, 12 p.m. and 8 p.m., maybe 9 at the latest, it'd be when you should be eating. And that time between, let's say, like 9 o'clock and 4 a.m., that is the time when your body is utilizing and absorbing the minerals, vitamins from your food, right?
Right.
So I say that to say the reason why a lot of people are full of shit because they're not giving their body time to process any food. You
Right.
see?
Right.
So that's how I look at it. So yeah, they are full of shit.
Right.
You know?
So look, I need y'all boy to tag y'all cousin, your uncle, somebody y'all know who full of shit. Y'all boy need to tag them boy and bring them on the post so they can have some dialogue on how to get some of that stuff out of them. And also, if you got any questions, make sure you ask questions while we dialogue. So there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of things, people out there saying detox this. What should people know before they start to do this? Like, what should you stay away from? And just what are the general rules to it, or is it just something that anybody can do?
Well, it depends on what you detox and when you saying detox, you just saying you refraining from eating toxic things or putting intoxicants in your body. So you could be detoxing from cigarettes. You could be detoxing from meat. You could detox from food. Period. Right?
Mhm.
Or you could take it on another level and you could detox from using foul language. You could detox from social media. You could detox from being around people. Because people can be toxic too, right? So it depends on what form of detox you want to do, or what your aim, your goal, right? And then from there you can say, okay, you can even write down, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm not going to do. That could simply be a detox, right? So we don't want to get fanatical on just detox, because there's so many different forms of a detox. So you would have to be specific about detoxing. Now, what I would do is mentally prepare yourself for what the type of detox you're going to do. If you want to say, all right, I'm going to detox from meat. Okay, well then you, instead of doing what you call it, the substitute meats and all that stuff, then get you like maybe like some mushroom, or something that will take the place of that for a little bit till you don't even need the texture no more, and you just be done with it like that, right? Um, and there's so many different, there's just so many different type of detoxing. You know what I mean? Even if you a smoker and you say, man, I'm going to step away from smoking cigarettes, but you're addicted to the menthol taste. Drink you some, blue vervain tea, or chickweed,
Mhm.
or different herbs like that will crave that and still give you that taste that you really craving, but it
Mhm.
also at the same time takes away the craving that from the cigarette. If this making sense, like you know what I mean. So it's just so many different forms of detoxing you would have to, you know, yeah, but
What is the what are the I mean what are the detoxes that are out there, like, so you got the food, like social media, what are some ones that you I guess talk people through, help people with, or just some of the more popular ones out there, that types of detox?
so they got, like I said, there's so many and they get people lost. And you get drowned in what detox, and they say, "Oh, my detox is best," and you know. But the if you really look into fully detox your body, then you wanna, like I was saying earlier, you want to detox your body on intracellular level. All right, your
Mhm.
body is composed of trillions of cells, right? So it's one thing to say, "Oh, I'm detoxing my liver." No, you're not detoxing your liver. You're detoxing the hepatic cells, which hepatic is saying liver. It's the cells of the liver. So you want to detox the hepatic cells. That's what you want to detox. That's what makes your liver function, right? So you want to that's the best detox you want to do, is really from a cellular level, right? Because your cells create tissue, right? And tissues create organs. Okay, so this is when the best detox you can do is intracellular. So anybody not talking like that, then I wouldn't even really deal with their detox, right? If they can't even tell you the function of a cell, I wouldn't even do their detox, because they're telling you that, oh, this is just, I just giving you some herb so you can drink this tea and use the bathroom. I mean, you know what I mean? It ain't the same as anybody can give you something just making you use the bathroom, but there's a
Right,
difference, you know?
right. You might nanny up, but still ain't detox. Then I give you something
Yeah,
food, and I mess up your
yeah.
stomach.
So, right. So it'll just be like a laxative. Like, anybody can use like a laxative. Oh man, I use the bathroom, boy, his detox good. No, because if you're not cleaning, let's say, the digestive system, your liver, kidneys. You have to, because these sift out toxins that you're trying to remove anyway. So you're going to have to. The colon is the first thing that needs to be detoxed, or all the waste needs to be removed from. Um, and you got the liver, kidneys, the blood needs to be cleansed. You understand? Like all of these things need to be cleansed and paid attention to and dealt with. You can't just by getting a detox, like you getting detox teas. See what it, I'm gonna tell you what it is too. Now this kind of make me shit sometimes. I'm sorry, y'all, but see what happened is a lot of these things now are geared to losing weight. You see what I'm saying? When you look at these detox, everybody, oh, I got this detox tea. Oh, it make me lose weight. And this, that's all they want to do. They want to lose this weight, but they want to look like Becky or look like this Instagram model. Or they want to look like some, you know what I mean? It's subconsciously in their mind. They can tell me it's not, but I know it's true. You want to lose weight, you just want to look like this image, you know? But the reality of it is those are not like detoxes. If there's not cleansing the liver, it's not cleaning the blood, flushing out the colon, right? Then in the kidneys, that's not a real detox. You know, you just go into these I call them great value herbalists, and then they give you this, and then you know you think you got this detox, and it's not a detox. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And fight me for it. That's what y'all would do. Fight me.
Hey, man, later on before we end up tonight, I gotta tell you, man, it's something you had post about the sea moths, and man, like I've been using it in the lecture, right? How everybody trying to get in the sea moths business, they know what the hell they doing, but we could get into that a little bit later. But man, that post tickled me, man, because when we talk about black businesses, a lot of people don't really get in the business to help the community, to help the people. They get in it to make money. So if something popping, them boys get in the business. That's just kind of what they could do. We got a first question. Anybody else? Go ahead. Everybody say something? Oh.
No.
Anybody else got a question? Make sure you put it in the comments. One sister says, have you used catnip to help with cigarettes cravings?
Yeah, you can. You can use catnip. The best one, but the best herbs that I would use for like cigarette cravings would be the ones that still have that menthol like taste. So I would go with the lobelia. Chickweed is excellent for craving. There's another one called Jemima, which it means sugar destroyer, but remember they put sugar in the cigarette too, which makes you can also. There's so many things that can make you addicted to that cigarette, but the best are lobelia, chickweed, and blue vervain. All right, those three you can put those in a actual mixture. And if you want to add catnip, that's fine. You add that too if you want to. But those three would be top when it comes to craving, because the chickweed itself could help you with any craving, not just cigarettes, but craving of food, craving of sex, craving. Chickweed just has this calming, which it will kind of detox you. It cleanses us and it's a blood purifier, really. So chickweed is one. Quassia is another one. Quassia bark, which is actually named after an African man. But it's a bark, and depending on where you at, in the islands we call it bitter wood. In Honduras they call it grande hombre grande. But it's mainly known as quassia, and this is a good bark. It's a bitter bark, but it's good for curbing cravings of anything, whether it's food, cigarettes, any type of addictions. You know. The blue vervain, because you want to be able to help with the nervous system. You know what I mean? You only smoke it because you fancy, you're anxious, so any of those herbs would be good.
Okay. All right. So Tammy got a question. She says she used a tea. What's the real detox? Because she uses tea. a tea detox or detox tea? What's the real thing? Is the tea is it a tea or a certain kind, or what's the real thing? You think?
So it should never be like just one tea. It's not gonna be right. So if this is one detox tea, then okay, what is a detox? And if it's detoxing the blood, then call it that. Say, oh, this is my blood purified detox tea. Okay, cool. I can take that. If this is my digestive system detox tea, call it that. But if you're just saying detox tea, then that's kind of misleading because what is a detox? What is a detox tea? What is a detox? Also, that's all I'm saying. Like a real actual detox should be cleansing every part of your body. The organs should be getting flushed out. The blood should be getting cleansed. Um, the liver, the kidneys, the colon, the small intestines, all of that should be getting cleansed, right? So that's a full. We're talking about a full body detox. That's what your cells should be getting cleansed. Like I'm saying, what I said earlier. Um, the cellular waste should be getting removed out of the cell and into the toilet. You know.
So my one of my brothers on here got a question that is going to merge to my next question, right? So I'm going to ask, can this detox thing cure anything, right? And then the brother asked about the soursop. Is it effective in helping fighting cancer even after chemo is discontinued? So answer the soursop question, and then any other benefits that can actually cure something when you're doing a detox.
Okay, yeah. So soursop is effective, not only to fight cancer, but it can actually kill cancer. Period. Um, so with soursop has a chemical in it. It's called acetylcholine. Okay, and what the acetylcholine does, it actually goes into the cancer cell and it removes um, the kinase. The kinase is a protein in the cell that gives it energy. Okay, but you you're going to destroy that, and you're going to destroy the mitochondria of this cancer cell. So it goes into the cell, sucks out the life. Boom, the cancer is destroyed. So it's called acetylcholine. You can research that, but soursop does have um, the power to destroy cancer cells. More particularly the leaf, though. A lot of people get the fruit. The fruit is good, but the leaf is more powerful. The leaf is really where most of the medicinal properties is. So, uh, soursop leaf tea, you get that, and you can destroy cancer cells. Yes. Another one, just to throw it out there, is called guinea hen weed. Guinea hen, some people call it anamu, some people call it gully root, depending on what island you're from or where you're from. Um, anamu or guinea hen is another herb that I like to personally pair with soursop leaf to help with destroying with clients who may come to me with cancer. So, look those two herbs up, look that chemical up, acetylcholine, and I hope that could, answer your question, help you best in your ability.
So you kind of mentioned this, I think, but what can actually make a detox ineffective? Like, what's counterproductive to a detox? When will it not work? Like, what's the no nos when it's detox, and what's counterproductive to it?
Putting the same shit that you try to get out. You understand? So if you do the detox but you still eat the things that you're trying to detox, then you're being counterproductive. Like, so I've had people that really have done, they say, they call, hey, Cat, man, this detox, it ain't working like it's supposed to be working. I said, oh, for real? Dang. Like, I know my product, so I know, like, first thing I ask is, well, what you eat? What you do? Like, I mean, I say, are you following the food list? Are you following the instructions? Like, everything, like, well, I mean, I eat with pork chops every now and then. I only have bacon every now and then. I said, man, get off my phone. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really talk to you no more. So it can be kind of counterproductive if you putting the same things in the body that you're trying to get out. So the part of detoxes are not fun. Like, people think like it's fun. I'm on a detox right now. Like, it ain't like fun like that. Like, it takes discipline. It takes, a goal. You have to have goal orientation to say, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna stick to this for a week, for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? If you decide that you want to go back to eating what you want to eat, hey, that is what it is. But at least you give yourself and your body a break and a reward. You understand, from the just from the harmful things that you're putting in it every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So um that's how I would answer. I was just like, you can't put what if you try to get it out. If you eating tons of meat, and people, I tell people all the time, like, I give people food list. I tell people what they should eat while they on the detox, how they should do it. But I always tell people, just do your best. You know what I mean? It's better to do detox, try the detox, than not at all. You understand? So even if you you doing the detox and you say, man, I don't know if I ain't no eat no meat for 2 weeks. I'm gonna eat some fish or something. Like, okay, well, that's fun. You know what I'm saying? But at least meet me halfway. Don't do no pork or no beef at least. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just one of them things. I don't try to be like super hard on our people, because I mean, our people. It's beautiful to see our people now start to kind of wake up and say and pay more attention to their health. So I'm
Absolutely.
more so like, I'll grab their hand like, hey, I'll walk with you for a little while, and you know what I'm saying, show you what you need to do, and all right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Cat, man, I feel good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had to go get me a Popeye chicken, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna
Yeah.
beat you up over that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So that's how I would answer that. So just, try to be as disciplined as you can, when you doing the detox. Don't try to put the same thing in that you're trying to take out.
So Miss Duke's got a solid question. Do you prefer teas or tinctures? I think a lot of, I know I have a couple tinctures, and tinctures are becoming even more popular. You can go to different tea shops, especially in DC, and they got tons of tinctures. So would you say one is more effective than the other, better than the other? What do you think?
For me, when it comes to the people, I'm for whatever works for you. Like, if you think tinctures is better for you and it works for you, then do that. If you think I'm a tea person, do that. If you think, man, I'm a capsule person, I need to pop me a capsule so I can go, then do that. If you're a powder person and you want to throw it in a smoothie, and go and do that. So I'm also about what is more conducive for you. Do what works for you. You know, that's how I've always been. For me. I'd be glad to see, our people, coming back to that natural state of living and being. And
Right.
so, do what is best for you. You know,
Right.
if you asking me personally, I personally like tea. I'm a tea person.
Me
But
too.
I like to take my time. I like to brew it. It's more for me. It's like a more connection, because it's like I'm in the lab. I'm over that pot, and I get this root, and I got this leaf, and I get the It's kind of like herbal. It's alchemy. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying? Then you put love in it, and it's you know what I mean. It's like you get to put that back, put that energy in it, then you put it back. So I just that's just my formality how I like to do it. So I'm a
right.
tea person because I like to be hands on with it.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, so if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you share the link with someone. Yeah, just type your questions in the comments on YouTube or Facebook. You on Facebook, make sure you share with someone. Share with somebody you love. People ain't detoxing. Like Kat said earlier, people walk around full of shit, literally. And we want to make sure you get connected to the information and the people that's going to help you in your situation. So COVID is running rampant. We losing people for how whatever you believe about COVID or not. And if even if it's not there, the pandemic has given us a scare to like, yo, we need to take care of our bodies, take care of ourselves. So one of the questions that I know a lot of people want to ask, John asked, what are some herbs or your suggestions in fighting COVID? And is sea moss and bladderwrack good with helping build, protect the immune system? That's a good question.
Mhm. So herbs that I personally use, and it's funny because people will come in the shop and they grabbing this and they grab that and they grab that, and I said, man, that's good stuff. What you getting? Oh, I'm getting this for the virus, man, for that Rona. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I never say anything. I was like, okay, cool. And then one time, one sister came in and was like, yo, I noticed when people grabbing stuff, you don't never say nothing, but they be saying they give. What do you use for your family? I said, damn, that's the number one question. Nobody never asked the actual herbalist what the hell he used. You know what I'm saying? So good question, right? So what I use it's a bark. It's called cinchona bark, or you may find it as Peruvian bark. Uh, it has hydrochloroquine in it, right? That was like this big chemical that everybody was saying. You remember when Trump was talking about the hydrochloroquine, um, and they try to clown him for it, but he was actually right. Now, what I use the synthetic form, no, where they get the hydrochloroquine is from the cinchona tree. Okay, so if you get it from the source, then that would be a better, a better, a better source. Obviously, if you're getting it from the actual root itself. Um, The other one I use is what I mentioned earlier, anamu, or what we call it, guinea hen weed. That one, that's probably one of the only plants on the planet that is antimicrobial, antiviral, and antibacterial. So I definitely use that a lot in a lot of my formulas. So anamu, so I got cinchona, you got anamu, I got guaco root. Guaca root is another one. Guaca root is excellent for the lungs, high in iron, so that means it's going to help with circulation as well. It's good for asthma as well. Um, and so this is the root. I also use mullein leaf. Mullein leaf is good for cleansing the respiratory system, so I use that as well. Um, and one more I use is called cocoa meca. Cocoa
Mm,
meca is very another one high in iron, is good for cleansing the blood, and it helps with circulation. Um, and circulation is important, especially in this time, because people will be shortness of breath with this virus or whatnot. But so you're gonna need high intake of iron, and so these herbs also are high in iron as well. So those are my that's my secret combination. It ain't really a secret, but I give it to people. Right? That's
right.
what I have been giving people. Um, and also since now that it's in season, life everlasting. So I have been putting the life everlasting with that as well. Since it's in season, so that's a real powerful plant as well to use life everlasting along with those plants. So that's what it is. So Cinchona, Guaco, Anamu, Molian, Life Everlasting, Coco Mecca. That's it. That's all I use.
All right. So, Teresa, go ahead and ask your question. Anybody else who have a question, make sure you get your questions in. We're gonna be wrapping up in about 30 minutes. So definitely get your questions in. Tag your people.
No, no, he said something about sea moss and bladder building up the immune system or something like that too, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that ain't the. I mean, that's a good source of minerals and vitamins, but I don't think that's. I mean, you could use it, but that wouldn't be my number one when building and protecting the immune system, right? Like with the sea moss trees, every sea moss ain't the heal the cure all. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all can beat me up for whatever, but it's not. It's a good vitamin and mineral source. Um, but it's not like it's just not the end all be all. Sorry, y'all hear it first. I'm glad to tell you. The best herb that you can use for boosting your immunity is a plant called kalawala. All right, kalawala is what we call an immune modulator, right? So it pretty much protects and balances the immune system as well as the cells of the body it protects. Um, so Kalawala, one of my students, they laugh because I'm Kalawala everything. Kalawala, Kalawala. She said, "Can't you put that shit on everything?" That's funny. That's an inside joke or whatever, but it was funny. But yeah, the Kalawala plant that would be the best to boost your immunity in this time.
All right. I'm gonna merge two of John's questions, and we're gonna get to some more questions. And anybody else, so Ms. Proctor, make sure you get your question in there. First, answer the what about the soursop capsules? So in the capsule form, and then is it possible to reactivate the kidney with UVI was URSA for someone that's on dialysis?
Okay, so soursop capsule, like I said earlier, if that's what's best for you. If you a capsule taker, then take the capsule. Just make sure the capsule is vegetarian or vegan. You don't want no glycerin capsules, which glycerin is pretty much just cow bone or pig ear. It's
Yeah.
gelatinous into a capsule and they put herb in a pig intestine or some shit like that, and they have you take it. So if you want to take capsules, fine. Just make sure that the capsule itself is vegan or vegetarian, not made from any animal. Um, reactivate the kidneys. Um, Uva ursi is good because it is good for infections. I wouldn't um, that could be one of the herbs that you can use, but I would use it in conjunction with an herb called hydrangea. All right, it's a root, hydrangea root. Another herb is called chanca de piedra. All right, chanca de piedra it actually means stone breaker. Okay, this herb. So you got chanca de piedra, you have hydrangea root, and you can put in and you can add in the uva ursi. But these herbs combined will help regenerate the kidneys. Okay, but yeah, you can regenerate the kidney. I have done it. I have gotten people off dialysis, so you can regenerate the kidneys. Kidneys can be regenerated. So um, you can that's the combination that I would use. I say it again: Chanca de Piedra, hydrangea root, and you can use it with the Uva Ursi.
Hey, so Kat, Tammy wants to know, do you have any books, content, videos, pamphlets, anything like that that you can direct them to, or is it the website?
Man, me personally writing a book, or you
Yeah,
like books
yeah,
that
you,
others do?
yeah, like
I'm
in
writing a book. Yeah,
okay,
I actually am writing a book, yeah. But a lot of the information that I have, I put it on the site. I ain't gonna lie. If you go to my site, I don't care if you purchase none or not. I mean, I would be grateful, but at the same time too, I got so much information on each herb. You could just go on the website and read about each herb. You know what I mean? But I will be putting it in book form too, as well. I'm actually working on that now.
Okay. We definitely need that. We need that to drop soon. Um, who else we got on here? Miss Johnson. Is there anything that can help with blood pressure issues?
Yeah, so blood pressure is kind of, it's multifaceted, where because your blood pressure could rise because of simple stress, right? So you might just need Tai Chi or meditate on something, right? Um, Blood pressure can rise because of a lack of mineral. You could have mineral deficiency, right? Where the pressure of the blood will rise, trying to extract minerals out of the blood, and if it doesn't get it, then it stays high. Okay, so mineral deficiency is another reason why people blood pressure is high. So you got stress, you got um, mineral deficiency, and then another reason could be that you might need to cleanse your kidneys. More particularly the adrenal glands that sits on top of the kidney, right? Because the kidneys, not the kidney, but the adrenal gland secretes a hormone called aldosterone, right? Aldosterone is pretty much sodium and potassium. um, what happened was the sodium could be higher than the potassium, and so it gets into the bloodstream, and now you got too much sodium in the blood, and this would also can raise pressure high as well. So what I do, and what you should do, rather, to keep your blood pressure normalized, is to address the kidneys and adrenal glands. So you can use herbs like the burdock root. You can use herb like nettle, which is high in iron as well, and blood purifying herb. And it's a blood purifying herb too. The dandelion root is another herb that you can
What,
use.
what about hawthorn berry, sister's ass?
Hawthorn berries, yeah. Hawthorn berries is good for the blood pressure and cholesterol. I like the leaf. Um, I think the berry kind of take too long. But it will work. Not saying it won't work, but you have to be, the thing about Hawthorne, you have to be real consistent with it to really work. It will work though. You just have to be real consistent with it. It just takes longer. I like herbs that kind of get to the point. So Hawthorne, how I do it as a herbalist, you will have your base herb, right? So your base herb could be, say, the dandelion root or something, and then you can build around that base, like with herbs like the such as bilberry, um, the hawthorn leaf, or the berry if you desire, nettle, um, and also you know it's different like fruits. Baobab. You can use baobab. They got baobab powder now, so you can use baobab powder, um, which helps with the blood lowering blood pressure as well. Um, Start eating a lot of berries. Get some berries in the diet: blueberry, blackberry, any berry. Except for the cranberry. But um, that you can lower your pressure like that. Exercise more, even if you're just going for like little walks. You know, or things like that. It promotes circulation. And that's important for the blood. To get circulation.
Man, I feel like people be sleeping on blueberries, man. I don't know. I ain't no herbalist, but like if I have like a headache or it's like I don't know. There's a lot of things I eat blueberries and I'm better. I'm better. I don't know what's going on in there, but like, is there something special about blueberry? Is it as good as things like sea moss and other things? Like, what's going on with the
I mean, the
blueberry?
berries are still the berries they high in antioxidants,
Yeah.
you know, and so that's mainly because it's messing with it's dealing with the molecules in the cell, you know, and of course, well, what's an antioxidant is well, it's preventing or protecting the cell from oxidation, right? And we don't want the oxidation because that will damage the cell. This is where the inflammation and diseases come from when it's just too oxidated, right? So um, you want to be able to eat antioxidants. And see, that's the thing too. The antioxidants should be the form of protection, right? So when we talk about boosting the immune system and things like that, like the immune system should really be like the second line of defense.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, we be overworking our immune system because we don't eat correctly, right? But if you put antioxidants in the body, that should be like the first form of protection from you. So you know what I mean?
Right.
That should be the first form.
Right.
Mm.
So somebody, I think it was Tammy, talked about the tea earlier, and then you just talked about overdoing the immune system. So my next question, we got a couple more questions. Can you overdo it? Like, can you do too much detox? Like, is there doing too much? Like, you know how people say you're doing too much, bro. Like, is there doing too much when it comes to detox?
I mean, yeah, I mean, too much of anything is not good for you. You know what I'm saying? So you should detox at least every month. You should detox once a month though. Even if it's just, I don't know, a 3 day fast at the end of the month, or detox for a week every month. Something, or every 21 days. Some people we can do 21 every 21 days. You detox. It's important because you are constantly dealing with intoxicants, you know, in your environment. Even if even if you were vegan and I eat perfect and whatever, right? You still breathing in different intoxicants. You still might be putting intoxicants on your skin. You know what I'm saying? Which your skin is still going to seep it and it's still going to get inside your system. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always still some reason why you need to detox. There's never a reason why I should detox. You understand? So, um, can you do too much? Yeah, I mean, you can do too much. Too much of anything could be bad too. You know, you don't want to shit yourself with that. But you
Right.
do want to, make sure you cleanse, you know, at least once a month. Just like if you go get your car service once a month, you understand? What make you think you shouldn't be cleansing your body once a month? You know what I mean? Don't put too much emphasis on your car, not your own body. Like that's, you know what I mean? That's ridiculous.
Right.
So,
So what about people who are highly active, like athletes? Like, you know, is it wise for them to detox? Like, let's say, for instance, you about to have a big fight or you about to play some kind of like big game. Is it a benefit for detoxing around that time, or is it like a no? Like, is it a bad time for athletes, or it's good for athletes?
no, I mean, it's good for everybody. Athletes not exempt. I mean, though athletes probably they always detox. Really, an athlete because you're constantly moving, you're sweating, things like that. So, athlete probably, without knowing it, it's detoxing just because they always being active and they always releasing toxins out of the body, from perspiration, sweat, whatever. But yeah, nobody is exempt from not detoxing. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Okay. We got one another question from the sister. Any recommendations on herbs or anything for Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's. Sure, you want to deal with herbs, dealing with The brain function, of course. So good herbs. It's a mushroom. It's called lion's mane.
Mm.
Lion's mane, good mushroom. You could eat it. They also have it in powder form. I have it in powder form. And you can, put it in smoothies. You can make a tea out of it. But then they also have the mushroom itself, where it kind of tastes like it remind you of like scallop. That's how I make mine. I usually saute it and put some like little sea salt and like those sea flakes and things
Mhm.
like that, just to give it that little seafood taste. Cause that's what it remind me of lion. But so lion's mane is one. I mentioned the herb before called kalawala. Kalawala is also good for the brain function. Um, so you want to help that. Kalawala, lion's mane, blessed thistle. You can mix these three together. Really,
Mm.
you can mix those three together, and that would be a good combination for Alzheimer's. Also, you want to watch. You want to detox yourself of like heavy metals too, right? These heavy metals can block certain messages, signals that bring synapses and all that stuff. But so detoxing from heavy metals is another one, especially like aluminum and mercury. Detox from those, and you could do that by ingesting kelp powder. All right, kelp powder is a good, or kelp powder, or just eat kelp. Period. It's an algae, and it has what is called sodium alginate. It
Mm.
has this with like a gel, right? And what it does is it attracts the metals in your body and it flushes it out. You see, so um, so eat sea vegetables, but one particular kelp is a good one, and that will help kind of detox the body of heavy metals out of the body as well. When you're dealing with like anything dealing with the brain, more particularly like dementia and Alzheimer's.
Should you let your churn detox? Is there an age that they should or shouldn't be detoxing? Like what's the rule of for the churn?
There's no need for the churn to detox. The problem with it is we doing this to the children. We giving the churn pop tart and honey bun and nowadays they children don't even go outside no more and run around and detox naturally out in the sun. They in front of the computer playing PlayStation and TikTok and whatever else. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta let the churn be churn. Like we was able to be churn, right? I
Mhm.
understand that it's quarantine and all that now, but you know, um, get some things out in your yard or something, or go to a playground, something where they could go out and get out in sunlight and detox. Also, um, simple things they can do is just be in a diet, but a child doesn't really need to detox unless you are putting so much intoxicants in them that's ridiculous. But they can do subtle detoxes like, keep them with the sea moss, um, what else? Elderberry,
Mhm.
a straw with the root,
Yeah.
um, you know, what else? Colorado, I mentioned Colorado, that's a good herb, but nothing real. I wouldn't give a child nothing real heavy to detox. It's not really needed. I don't really think you should have to detox um, until maybe like the age of 20. Like, you know what I mean? Where and maybe 18 or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 18, where it's like you at that age where you start to incur stress and you find out adulthood ain't what it was overrated. You probably smoke your first cigarette, weed. You know what I mean? Like drinking now, you're drinking alcohol now. So around that age is probably the time when it's best to go ahead and start detoxing. But anything under that where you ain't really putting, well, I ain't gonna say you ain't putting intoxicants in your mama and everybody probably giving you, and you eat what you want to eat. Oh, but excuse me, it shouldn't be necessary to be like a, you know, a full blown detox. Maybe like keep more things like preventative herbs, you know, like I mentioned before, to give a child that they can take. But I don't think a child should really need like a full
Right.
body deep.
All right, so this is my last question, man. Again, it was something that you posted about. Somebody got into, I don't even think he was throwing shade. He was just like somebody got into the sea moss business, and they started mixing the fruit to blend the gel and put the gel in there, and that could possibly make the sea moss go bad with the fruit. Basically, capitalism got people out here trying to do things they don't know what the hell they're doing. So I want you to kind of dialogue about business and health, and like, keeping the integrity of health and healing your people versus like this concept of trying to get a money, trying to get a buck. So how do you balance that business and health aspect?
Man, it's gotta be your love. It's gotta be your craft. It has to be like, sometimes I don't even think y'all know how much I love y'all. You understand? How much I love my people, how much I love y'all. Like, it's so anyway, it's like you gotta have that real love. So I don't think, let me tell you something. When I was younger, I used to give herbs away. I never sold it. It wasn't until this one elder who I healed the diabetes, she told me, hey, get out them streets. This what you gonna do. You doing this. I said, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm making money off these herbs, but I ain't talking about herbs. I'm making money off herbs. Statute of limitation now, right? So what I'm saying is, she's like, get out them streets. This is what you gonna do. This is your calling right here. If it wasn't for that elder man, Miss Matt, I probably, who knows what I would have been doing. I ain't say what I'm doing. Who knows? I never know because I'm here now, right? But she was the one who told me to do it. But other than that, she gave me my first $100. She said, "Here, this is $100, man. I've been taking insulin and all this stuff for years, and hey, you come giving me some herbs and telling me to do this and do that, and I listen. Now the A1C gone and young got down to normal and all that. And this is what you do." I was like, wow. I took it serious. I said, damn, okay, maybe there's something to this, So I did it for the love, So most healers, and I don't want to say I'm not a healer. Everybody's a healer. You heal yourself, right? You do it for love. That's the love first. The money will come, The money will come. It'll come. But the love is where, where it really it has to be in your heart. And so and what I mean by that is like the love of your craft. Like you have to study that plant. And after you study that plant, talk to the plant. Man, when I come in there in the morning and it be early, nobody don't know what I'm doing. When I'm saging the shop and everything, man, I'm talking to these plants. I'm telling these plants, hey, I need y'all to heal, do your purpose, And I'm grateful for you. I thank you. You know what I mean? Now it may sound crazy, right? But at the same time, it's plant spirits, right? It's plant worlds, et cetera, et cetera. So these things have energy too. So they don't want to seem like they neglected, like, oh man, he just using me for money. He just out here pimping us. You know, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You got the collar waller talking to the performer. Man, this nigga, he just out here trying to hustle. Let me stop messing y'all. I'll lose y'all, right? But all I'm saying is, study, man. Don't just get into something because you see something that's popular, and then you want to jump into sea moss, and then you're selling fake sea moss. You know what I
Out
mean?
the
And
pool.
you're not helping the people no more. You got help the people first, get the money second. The money gonna come. Trust me, the money will come in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing this for um I'm doing this was man, I've been doing this for about 20 years, man, but I didn't make it to a business till about what? It's been 10 years. You see what I'm saying? So listen, it was 10 years of me just here, do this, just out of love, giving herbs away. You know what I'm saying? So just take your time with it. It's gonna be all right. I promise y'all gonna make your money. Just keep the integrity first. The people, your clients, they will feel that energy from you. They will feel your spirit. They will know your loyalty, for them and their health. People are dependent on when they come to you. Listen, man, a person come to you about their body, you know what I mean, and asking you about their body, their livelihood, you know, that's a certain level of trust that they trust in you to make them better, you know. So for me, I'm grateful for that, and I don't take that lightly. It's like, damn, yo, they coming to me for like they saying, yo, they got diabetes, or they saying, yo, I got cancer. They coming to me. You understand? So I just don't take that lightly. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, don't, for anybody who's listening, like I said, it's never a shot. It's just learn from the big homie. You know what I'm telling you is, you know what I'm saying? Take care of the people, man. Don't do the people deal like that. Study your craft. That's what you want to do. I'm all for study your craft and do what it is. Do the right thing. That's what I'm saying.
Right, man. We appreciate you, man. Like you know, I appreciate you. Anytime I need something, or people need something, I'm sending them to you. I remember, as a matter of fact, you mixed me a tea together for that the entrepreneur awards that we both was nominated for. Like, man, that joint was like, I love tea, man. Like, I actually eat the herbs. I like it loosely, and I end up eating the herbs. But man, we about to jump off here, man. So any final words for the people? Any things you got going on? Things you promoting, whatever? Like, give the people some final words before we rock off.
Definitely check out the website, sacredroots.com. If you local, come visit me, man. Come visit me, 1418 Remont Road, North Charleston, South Carolina. Um, we also got the Gullah Geechee Herbal Gathering that's put together from from family. Sister Cat New and my good brother Yuma, right? This is March 27th. So you got, and it's gonna be in Johns Island. So you got local herbalists, you got herbalists from just different healers. I mean, we pretty much encompassing the whole holistic paradigm. And last year was fire, man. Listen, it was beautiful last year. This year is probably gonna be even more. I'm sure, not even probably sure it's gonna be more powerful. So the Gullah Geechee Urban Gathering, the different workshops. Um, don't make me lie and say who all's on the card, but whoever, they are powerful. I know that much. You
Right.
understand? And so definitely that's March 27th. I think you still can get tickets. And even if you don't want to come physically, because I understand what the pandemic and everything they are doing a live feed too. So link up with the sister Ketnu or the brother Dr. U or Yuma on Facebook, and definitely come out and support that and come get this knowledge that that the family is going to disseminate, man, when it comes to holistic health, herbal health. Yeah.
What's the
So yeah,
what's the address off of Remont again?
1418
Yeah,
Remont Road.
14. Yeah. All right. So you may
That's a
14,
big,
18.
that's a big red building.
What you say?
Huh?
What you
I said
say?
it's a big red building. We buy gold on the front of the building. That's what. It's right in the middle of the remark. You can't miss
Thank you, Fit Body. Fit Body look like she using your herbs over there, bro. That's what she look like. She using your herbs.
it. But that's one of my students, man. She's sharp too, man.
Yeah, she using one of them herbs. You got the herbs. All right, Baba. I appreciate you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We back at it, so we had to take a little break. I think our next dialogue is coming up with fitness. So I'm bring two fitness experts on here. Khet Waas, thank you again, brother.
Every time, Kate. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, buddy.
Peace.
Peace.